To restart my creative year, get myself back on track and drawing after the December chaos, I did two things. Cleared some space on my desk and sat down to make one special drawing. I'm Oana and I draw Porchi, and if I get in a slump, he always comes to my rescue. While waiting for Porchi to show up, I will prepare the drawing space. It will be divided in two, left for the old year and right for the new year. I decided to represent this as two adjacent rooms, but I'll avoid perspective as much as I can, because I don't want to start the year with a traumatic failed perspective experience. I have just a sketchy idea of what I want to do, but here's the horizon line. Always helpful. Let's start with a Christmas tree. I love Christmas so much. I really do. I remember well how it felt as a child on Christmas mornings, opening presents, watching movies and eating Cozonac. But getting past December into the new year feels a bit difficult. There are things you have to finish, end of the year deadlines, or just things that have added up and you don't want to carry into the new year. Then there are Christmas preparations, a bit of cleaning, at least in the spot where the tree comes. There are some presents to prepare in case Santa has put all your family on the naughty list for allowing the house to become a terrible mess and will not bring presents himself. He might even have noticed that you put the range hood on fire last month. Okay, the to-do list is mostly checked off. Let's see what's left. Now the scene is set, so we get to the fun part, the cleaning. My character's face should express the joy of the season. It does. By cleaning, I really mean cramming paper in a box with the idea of sorting everything later. This must be the project I finished in September and did not manage to put away properly. But it's okay. Sometimes I manage sketchy hands without reference. This looks close enough for now. This box is heavy, and to convey this I will use the character posture. I'm leaning dangerously backwards, trying to keep my balance under the weight. To check drawing poses, you can try to check them out on yourself, in the mirror, and maybe take a picture. I think character legs are the easier part to draw. I don't know why. What do you think? The pose looks good to me. I'll just make it a bit shaky by adding some movement lines and some paper flying from the box. Now adding some more Christmas cheer and some Christmas packaging. And another box. Porchi was not under the Christmas tree as I thought, so where are you, Porchi? Oh, there you are. With some help, I'll get the cleaning done faster. But what's the face? Is there anything wrong, Porky? I know, you are too big. Let's fix that. Is this smaller? No, it's the same. Let's try again. Sorry, Porky. I know, it's the perspective. Let's place him a bit lower. He still looks upset. And running away? How exactly are you helping me, Porky? That is not the face of a helping pig. This is bad. Things are starting to spill over to the new year. My last project in December was completing a Porky calendar as a Christmas gift to family and friends. I have been doing this for some years, and this time I barely managed to finish it, but I got it printed in the nick of time, just before the printers closed for the holiday. And it is now up on the wall. This drawing was about cleaning and drawing, so next I'm showing you my desk. Porky, you are back! What are you doing? What is that? Is that a cleaning utensil? You are sweeping the floor. Good job. Asking the cartoon character you draw to help you with things works better than you imagine. He will usually be inclined to do what you ask, given you remember to draw him often and do it properly. You should use the pencil he likes most, and try not to mess up his proportions too much. And besides, Porky is a really well-meaning and kind pig. Now that Porky is taking care of the mess, I can sit at my clean desk and start working on something really light and optimistic, like, for instance, a drawing about cleaning and drawing to restart a new year. Here I looked a bit distracted. Let's try again. I should look down, focusing on my drawing. This is better. I look rather relaxed. That's good. Look, I have a pen in my hand. That's good. And I need a bit of light, although that lamp is at an unpleasant tangent with the drawing edge. What should I put on the wall? But wait, I look like a magic trick lady. My bottom half is missing. Let's not be intimidated by perspective, and let's draw a chair and some legs under the desk. And I'm really trying my best to avoid perspective. I got a bit tired and I think I will fix this later in inking. Some more details would be nice. Something here on the wall. And I think something's missing on my desk. Of course, my coffee cup was missing. Let's move back to the wall. No, the shelf in perspective. Okay. So, Porchi posters, drawings, inspiring drawings on the wall. I do want that shelf. Okay, that's better. And because on the shelf on display there will be this Porchi book I'll be working on this year. And what next on the shelf? No, let's move things around a bit. This is the Porchi poster, much better. And yes, on the shelf a pig toy, a little pig figurine. Let's see. Let's take another look. I think I'm done with sketching. Okay, and now because I messed up the liner inking, I smudged it, I decided to use Clip Studio and digitally ink this one. I will also speed this up by 10. I always start inking with the snout, but now I'm doing the inking on my character because I'm in front of Porchi in the drawing. I don't know if you noticed this or if you're aware that I'm using vector lines in Clip Studio. Since I've been working for about a year in Clip Studio, and I discovered you can make line work as vectors, and it works really well. The lines look very natural and look exactly the same as the raster ones, but the way I can work it's much improved because of this. The only thing that's missing is that vector lines in Clip Studio don't have a fill feature. You can't make them make a closed line with a fill, but I would not really use that anyway. I make a vector lines layer, and underneath it I color on a raster layer. Look how fast I'm inking. That's a joke. I increased the speed on this video by 10, so you don't have to watch too long of a video, and so I don't have to make a very long voiceover, because I'm just getting used to doing this. And actually I'm rather slow at inking. But I think that this vector line feature really helps my productivity, because I can work in a more relaxed way, knowing that I can easily make changes and small adjustments like scaling a line and moving a bit things around. The trouble with raster digital inking is that even if you think you can make changes like cut one piece and scale it, and move it around, the raster lines will get messed up if you change them. They can get really blurry. The vector lines do not change at all, and there are a lot of editing possibilities, like changing the width of the lines after you've finished, without redrawing everything. This not really vertical line was bugging me a bit, and I'll straighten things a bit here. Let's add some final details. What's next? I still have a lot to learn about digital brushes. I hope to find or set up myself a brush that mimics better a traditional ink on paper pen. But still, this is okay. What I have now helps me do a lot and make progress. And I think it looks good with what I'm trying to do. I'm not doing this in color. Porchi and Duana don't mind the classic black and white look, but I'm doing some shading. I'm doing some shading on a raster layer, as I said, under the vector line layer, like this. The old year it's in shadow, and the new year more into the light. So things are a bit tidier now, and I can restart my drawing adventure. I hope Porchi inspired you to clean your desk a bit and draw alongside me. Maybe you also have a little character like Porchi that can help you out. And if not, I encourage you to summon one from the tip of your magic pencil. Have a great creative year, and see you next time!